The hopes of Nottingham Forest and the Premier League now rest solely in the hands of one man. Scarpinia, please save us. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest news and, well, analysis. Guys, I'll be honest with you, I don't have the strength and the energy to kick off anymore about some of the stuff we saw. I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, but Wolverine, it was Man United, man. I don't care. I don't care if it's Man United, if it's Real Madrid, if it was the greatest Brazilian side from back in whenever it was, the 70s or whatever. There's still certain things that you expect to see on a pitch. There's just certain performances that are unacceptable, and there's certain mannerisms in which you can have a defeat that are acceptable, and there are other ways that you can't. And in yesterday's game against Manchester United, Varchester United, the scum that they are, we played probably as the only team that has shown them the fear and the respect that I've seen teams going to Old Trafford do probably in the last 2 years. And I'd just love to know why. Why are we so negative in our approach to games? That team we faced yesterday, outside of Casemiro, was not good. The rest of them just put in probably 5 6s out of 10. I'm talking from the Manchester United perspective here. And they were playing with players out of position due to injury. People like Luke Shaw, who a glove was not laid on at all yesterday. Why wasn't he put under pressure? Really test him out, playing in the incorrect position. Why were we not pressing from the front? Just press at them. If the Forest staff had watched previous games of Manchester United where they have struggled, it's been when their backline has been pressed and not given the time. Steve Cooper said yesterday about making the pitch small and playing in small areas, and his actual plan was to allow them to have the ball at the back, which I don't understand. Which basically in English says that we wanted to play low block football, then punt the ball down the wing and hope for the best. Fine, do that. But if you're going to do that, your goddamn striker has to play in the number 9 position, not out on the left wing. That for me just blew my mind. I looked at the team sheet yesterday and I looked down at it and thought, okay, I get the defense. Nice clean sheets they've had pre-World Cup. Conceded 1 between them in 3 games. I get it. Looked at the midfield. I thought good workman midfield for an away trip to, Varchester United. And then I looked at the front 3 and I thought, okay, regardless of what I think of Lingard, he's going back to his old club. He's definitely going to be fired up out on the left. Jono playing well after the Blackburn match. And then Awoniyi up front, given the role maybe to do what he did against Liverpool and really rough up. Awoniyi roughed up Van Dijk and Gomez, 2 very good centre-backs. How do you think he would have performed against Luke Shaw? Why wasn't he stuck in against Luke Shaw and really roughing him up? Luke Shaw had Brennan pretty much in his back pocket the whole of that game. And it was just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what you guys are going to say. I'm just going to kind of say what comes to mind, really. The next thing that baffles me is the substitutions. I just don't understand what the hell happened when Lingard came off, and the thought process of bringing O Brien on to basically play as the false 9 until I think it was minutes later, he decides to bring on Surridge and Taker and Dennis, etc. That for me showed a complete lack of tactical awareness from Steve Cooper to do that. It just feels to me at the moment that he goes into a match with a plan A, and his plan A is let's low block, let's frustrate them, let's hit them on the counter attack. Fine. The problem is when plan A fails, when we make mistakes like the ones we did to give away those goals, because Manchester United, outside of that, people are saying they should have tonked us 6-7-0. I disagree. I felt that at 2-0, they thought, screw it, points in the bag, let's stay fit, first game back from the World Cup. They definitely didn't go full gear at us But they were struggling for 20 minutes in that game. They were struggling. That low block football was working and frustrating them. You can't play low block football and make mistakes. It doesn't work. If you make a mistake in low block football, you see what happened yesterday and the fact that there is no plan B. Because his plan B was what? Just look across at the bench, see who's on there and pick the nearest guy to him. So Lingard comes off and I love O Brien. I think he's one of our better players. He brings O Brien, he chucks him in as the cam/false nine. And you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck are you doing? Awoniyi was still on the pitch at the time, didn't move him into the middle. And then he made the changes. Then he made the Dennis Surridge changes, etc. But it just really worries me about Cooper's tactical awareness. And I don't understand how it's gone from what he was doing last season, out-tacticking every other manager we were playing in the championship, to the performances we're seeing on the sidelines from him. It baffles me. It really does. I'll say it again. You guys can say Manchester United all you want about it. But my point stands that there still has to be a performance. There has to be a vision of what you expect to see in a match. You have to be able to at least see what Cooper was trying to do with the team. You could see that in the first 20 minutes. But once the goals went in, and let's not go on about the buy one, get one frees, seriously. But once they went in, there was nothing in terms of a plan B. Okay, how do we get ourselves back into the game? How do we try and create some chances? How do we adapt to what Manchester United are doing? And that for me was missing big time yesterday. I think the Hennessy-Henderson debate is well and truly dead. I know it's harsh of me to say it over one game, but you cannot make a goalkeeping blunder like that second goal. It was so poor. That is one of the weakest wrists I've ever seen. And the fact that he got a full hand behind that ball, and the fact that he couldn't parry it around the post was appalling, in my opinion. His distribution, a lot of people have told me, a lot of Forest fans said is better than Hendo's. I didn't see much of that yesterday. There was too much panic punting, even early on in the first 20 minutes when we were looking quite comfortable. There was still too much panic punting down the middle, going to Man U players. When there was actual players open, Aurier was open, Lodi was open, Mangala wanted the ball, and they were being ignored, and it was long ball. Maybe that was instructions from the sidelines. I don't know. We're not privy to that information. But I'm sorry. That Hendo would have saved that. Hendo would have comfortably saved that shot. Hendo has made no goalkeeping blunders this whole season. Maybe I'm forgetting one. I'm sure you'll correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But Hennessy has already made a mistake. One game in the Premier League and one mistake made. He made a couple of decent saves. But as a goalkeeper, you will always be in the spotlight because there's no one behind you to cover up your mistakes. If a midfielder makes a mistake, you got the defensive line there to protect him. If the defender makes a mistake, you got the keeper there to protect him. So it's always going to be highlighted more. And it's maybe a little harsh for me to say, but I'm sorry, at that stage in the game, we needed to settle the match at 1-0, compose ourselves and, rebuild. And that second goal just killed the match off. So if anyone still thinks Hennessy over Henderson, please let me know in the comments down below. The talk really has to move on to the subject of today, which is Scarpa. And I feel sorry for him. I really do. He's going to have to come in with the weight of Nottingham on his shoulders, and he is going to have to drag us up and perform and drag performances out of other players around him. And he can do it. But is it going to be too big a task for him to do? I don't know. What's absolutely baffling me right now is some of the crap I'm hearing on YouTube from other platforms where they are saying, don't chuck him straight in. Ease him in. I'm worried about him being chucked in and then having a bad performance, and that sets him back 3 or 4 weeks. The logic of that blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. You've got a player who's Brazilian Player of the Year, who's clearly good, and you want to ease him into the team when we have a midfield crisis in injuries, which we'll get onto in a second, and then you have this talent and you're saying, ease him in, have you actually lost your fucking minds? We saw him against Valencia and the link-up play he was doing. He was bringing the best out of the likes of Dennis. He brought the best out of, Jono there, Awoniyi, etc. He's going to have an impact, but he's got to be played right. There's talks of he needs to understand our philosophy, figure out how we play. I say, hell no. I say, let him play his game, because his game is exactly what we need. I cannot deal with any more low block football because the excuses have to run out. People are saying, it's Man U, we move on to the next game. Well, the next game's Chelsea. You ask them about that, they say, yeah, Southampton's after that. Southampton's the key one. And you're like, what about Chelsea then? Should we just give them the 3 points? Should we just write that one off? Just, save match fitness for the Southampton game. And then what happens if we don't beat Southampton? It's away from home. Are we just going to ignore our away form this season so far? 1 goal, 2 points. We have more points away from home than we have actual goals. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You have to score goals to win games. Yes, you have to keep clean sheets to get points. But if you're not scoring, I really didn't want to do this video today. I know what the comments are going to be like. And quite frankly, I don't really care because I'm just telling you exactly how I saw it and looking ahead to what's coming. Because I'm seeing deja vu. I'm seeing the same thing when we had the Man City game earlier in the season, and then we're saying, right, that one's done, let's move on, and we're definitely going to beat Boringmouth, we're definitely going to beat Mitrovic FC, and we'll tonk Leicester as well. And we all remember what happened there. So my worry is, and I hope it doesn't happen, it's just a worry, this is not what I'm saying is going to happen, is what happens if we lose to Chelsea, then we lose to Southampton, and then we've got that run of games where we've got the likes of Leicester, Leeds, Fulham, Boringmouth again. That really will be deja vu at that stage. And there's a few away games as well. Don't forget, we got the League Cup, the FA Cup, all that to squeeze in and on an already depleted squad that's struggling for fitness. Where do we stand there? Can we really just turn around and say, whatever will be at Chelsea? Let's low block it and hope for a point. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I really don't. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below. We have to talk about injuries. We really do. And I did a video the other day on the Secret Squirrel Society, and it's just getting worse. Morgan Gibbs-White, who we were told a week or two ago after he went off, it was just a precautionary knock, should be back for the Valencia game. At the Valencia game, no, he wasn't wanted to be risked. Same with the Blackburn game. And now we're being told he's going to be out. And it's inconclusive. Inconclusive means the rumors that I'm hearing that he is out for 2 to 3 months are probably correct. Inconclusive means that they are trying to spin to us that he's only out for a couple of weeks. It's got to the point where anything spoken about injuries right now, I'm doing a +3. And what I mean by that, +3 months on anything they're saying to us. They're treating us like absolute mugs when it comes to injuries. If Morgan Gibbs-White is really out for 2 to 3 months, just say it. Who the hell is going to be impacted by it? The opponents already know. Like Chelsea will already know Morgan Gibbs-White isn't playing for them. I really doubt they're sitting there waiting, staring at their TV, looking for the yellow ticker bar to come up to confirm that Morgan Gibbs-White is playing or not. We already know that. Just be honest with us and just give us a time frame. When asked yesterday, Cooper was still so wishy-washy about it, just saying that, yeah, it's inconclusive right now. And I'm sorry, I just don't like that approach at all. What do you guys think about this? Do you think we are being treated like mugs when it comes to players and their injuries? Where's the update on Niakate? We've had very limited updates on Omar Richards. It's just... Look, what's more important than what I'm saying on this video is what you guys are thinking. So remember, tonight we've got the locker room, which is your chance to come in and talk to us and share with us your thoughts. Whether you agree with me, disagree with me, whether you got other topics you wanted to discuss, please come on and share those tonight at 9:30. More importantly, guys, Scarpinia is now officially an emoji on the channel. So if you would like to see Scarpinia with his skateboard, just get it into the live comments now or in the comments down below. So I know that you've got to this stage in the video. And if you'd like to be a member to access that emoji plus others, please don't forget you can press that join button down below. Coming up tonight for the members as well will be the Grumpy Old Reds podcast. We will be giving you guys backstage passes if you're a member. So please make sure that you tune in for that. Or if you're not around, you can watch it as a member later on tomorrow. That will have the live feed, the bloopers, everything that we discuss behind the scenes. We'll wrap the video up there, guys. Please don't forget before you leave to give the video a quick like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And as mentioned, please do become a member and help support our journey. Thank you for watching and come on you Reds.